Aloha! Welcome to Dare to be a Badass's on-demand training. This is the intro for Why Build a Home-Based Business. This is part of a series of Build Your Own Opportunities, and this is a quick overview of it. I can't wait. Let's get started. I'm Pam Vincent, the CEO of Dare to be a Badass online magazine. This is the place to be for women who want to find their voice, find their power, and find their purpose. I equip women to build their businesses from concepts to profits so that we can all build home-based businesses. So a lot of people ask me why I do what I do. I'm passionate about families, and I believe we all have talents that are unique to us. The world needs your special gift. You can't be duplicated, and you shouldn't settle for second best. I've also already made all the mistakes of starting a business. I've wasted time, money, and countless hours of trying to learn new things. I can help you avoid wasting all of those things. As multitasking women, getting it done right the first time is essential to our sanity, our health, and protecting our families. I want to be part of your success, and I'm honored to help. So here's what you'll learn in this lesson. Why you should actually build a home-based income, knowing who you are in the business world, what business you should create, should you step into a business that already exists, how to get started, and then what's next. Why build a home-based income? First of all, I want to talk about the quality of life. As women, we are running Mach 2 with a hair on fire most of the times. And if we can find a little bit more time in life, we can actually spend some time with our family, our friends, have time for ourselves, maybe focus on some fitness, a healthier lifestyle, and heaven help us, we'd all like more sleep. You can dictate your own work hours. Being in control of the hours of the day is a biggie for moms. Give your children a stay-at-home parent, which we all know that if there's one parent at home that's managing the chaos and keeping an eye on the little ones, that things go better. There is a possibility for financial freedom. There are tax write-offs. And did I mention financial freedom? Takes two incomes anymore for us to survive. And if one of us can be doing it from home, we can get the benefits of running a household as well as keeping the income going. So defining yourself for business. I like to help women decide, are you an introvert or an extrovert? There's nothing wrong with either one of them. There's nothing great about either one of them. But knowing if you are a person who likes to spend a lot of time socializing or whether you would rather spend less time doing that, where you get your energy from, helps you decide what kind of business you should have. Are you a person that wants to be involved in a labor-intensive project, or do you want passive income? Maybe you should try a little of both of those. Do you have the warehouse ability versus drop shipping? If you have a place in your home where you can build, let's say, gift baskets and you can store them, that's great. But some of us don't have that room, and we need to be able to do something like drop shipping or something that doesn't require warehousing ability. Networking one-on-one, or do you like to work face-to-face, or do you like group teaching? These are things you need to decide for yourself so that you can decide which direction you're going to go in with your business. Are you a phone call pro, or do you prefer to go door to door? Do you want to create from ground zero your business, or do you want to step into an established program? There's many multi-level marketing programs that you could step in that's already established. They do the work for you, and then you take the product and sell them that way. And then also you have to decide on your income goals. Some programs may allow you to make a great deal of money, and maybe having your products that you sell to family and friends and means you only need to make a small amount of money. I'm not saying that making products at home cannot make you a great deal of money. I'm just saying that some of us need to make several $1,000s a month to survive, and some of us only need a couple $100s to survive. So that is totally up to you, and you need to decide that before you get started. So getting started, I want you to ask yourself these questions. What am I passionate about? You know, there's nothing worse than getting up and not wanting to do your job. So if we can marry passion and your work together, we're going to be heads ahead of everything. What problem do you see that you can solve for people? This is called a pain point. If you see a solution to a problem that most of us experience, then you may have an idea for a product or a business to get started. And then stop and think, why you? What's unique about you? Now, there's enough room in this world for all of us to have a business, but you need to decide why you're different, why your clients should buy from you. How will you solve their problem? And then who's your target market? Are you going to be selling to 20 and 30-year-olds or 60-year-olds or whatever? I started out the first time. I write a series of books called Lessons from the Garden. I wrote them with advice for young parents, 20 and 30-year-old parents with children that are still raising them or that have teens. What I found is that my audience that was buying were those that were 50 plus that are gardeners. So I had to readjust my marketing strategy. So be aware of your target market. These are all things you need to think about before you sit down and build your business. Then you want to develop your mission statement. Why do what you do? Sorry. Why do what you do? Write out your why in long form. Just start writing all the reasons why you want to pursue this. You can tweak it later to become your mission statement. And you don't have to get it right, you just need to get it written. You can get it right later. Then you're going to create your business name. You need to keep it simple, but tell us what the business is in 2 to 3 words. You want to be creative, but to the point. Then build a tagline. It's a short phrase that explains the business. But I want you to stop. Some people get ahead of themselves at this point, and they go immediately to go find their name. I want you to wait just a bit, because there's some things you need to do with your name. You need to check to see if your name is available through the state. For licensing, go check with GoDaddy to see if it's available, and check on Google to be sure you're not similar to something that maybe you don't want to be associated with. So just take the time to do those things first, and then try it out on some other people and see if they get it. If you have to explain what it is that you do, then your name isn't accurate enough. You're going to need to keep on trying. Go back to the drawing board. Then what's next? We're going to build your foundation. You're going to build your website. This is where, in this day and age, people will say, well, do you have a website I can look at? So we need to get a website up and running. Your business cards, you need a one sheet, and I'll explain what those are in other classes. And then we need to build your social media. A lot of people take to just social media first, and that can work for a little while, but then it peters out. You want to go for more visibility. Then we need to talk about marketing, your networking, your social proof, driving traffic to you, residual or passive income, and your life-work balance. There are many entrepreneurs that work far more hours than they would if they were working in just a regular 9-to-5 job. So we want to be careful that we set up some boundaries early on, that we train your family that you're working, and that we train yourself that there are off hours as well. So let's take a look at that. What you can do today is take your inventory. How can you help others do things better that you love to do or know how to do better than most? What are you passionate about? Ask others what you do better than most if you can't think of anything, and what keeps you from trying. So one of the things that I always try to think about is, will you be on the dock when your opportunity ship arrives? There's a story I can tell you is that one day I was sitting writing an article, was with my father-in-law, and everybody had gone off shopping, Christmas shopping, and it was just him and I sitting there, and he said, read the article to me. So I read it to him. I was there trying to finish up I had a deadline I had to meet. When I got done reading it, he said to me, you know what? You are going to make it. This is really good, and you of everyone is going to make it. And I was really excited about it, but at the same time too, feeling humbled by his praise, I said, yeah, well, you know, one day my ship's going to come in, and knowing me, I'll be at the airport. And he looked at me quite seriously and he said, you be on that dock. And I've never forgotten what he said, that I need to be on the dock. I have a big picture, just like this one that's here on the video, of a dock reaching out into the water to remind me to be on the dock. How about you? Are you on the dock, or are you still making excuses as to why things can't happen? I want to destroy the power of negativity, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want you to take a hard look at where you are and where you want to be. What are the obstacles that are keeping you from going where you want to be? You need to gain clarity. That means be ruthless with yourself. Accept that there are no shortcuts, because we all want to, get rich quick. It just doesn't work. You need to stare down the negative and change. Don't just show up. Be willing to make mistakes and learn from them. Sometimes I learn far more from my mistakes than I do from doing it right. Then you need to make a plan. What's your goal? Can you break down the steps it takes to get there? So then what's the next step? You don't have to have the whole picture, just what's the next step? Then say yes to the next step by making the changes you need to. And then take charge of your habits. If you are in the habit of saying negative things, you need to capture those. Put them away and say, look, other people have done it before me. I can do it as well. You need to focus on the changes that you can make and consistently do them every single day. Even if you only spend a minute at it, do them every single day. And pretty soon it'll feel like breathing. So I have 3 classes that I can offer you. You can find these in the shop. The first class they're all called Build Your Own Opportunities. There's class 1. And in class 1, you're going to get branding yourself, how to develop a tagline, creating an elevator speech to pitch your product, mapping a strong mission statement, and then creating a step-by-step next step approach to creating a business. Then class 2, Build Your Own Opportunities class 2 says we're going to cover what you'll get in that is your website building, the do's and don'ts of social media, and there are a lot of them, understanding how to drive business to your website, then what should be on a website, and then how to build a newsletter. Newsletter is a great way to bring clients to you that maybe you don't even know, that are beyond your reach in your neighborhood. Class number 3 is all about monetizing your site, getting seen in your industry, hands-on help for driving traffic to you through blogging and writing for large publications, and website critique and overviews. So those classes go 1, 2, and 3 are $45, $46, $47, I believe is how they're set up. And you can either take those 3 classes, or you can go through, and each one of these topics is separated out so that you can take just one of them. And those classes run at $9.99, except when they're on specials at $5. It actually is cheaper to go through class 1, 2, and 3, but you may not need all of those. You might need only how to do a pitch and want to spend maybe the $5 when they're on sale to learn how to do a pitch. Totally up to you. That's why we've done things the way we've done them. The Modern Women's Life has a program called On-Demand Training. You can get mentored. On-demand training will move you forward with each step of the way, defined to make you successful. There's a couple ways to do this. The newsletter will help with some of those ideas. A lot of the ideas are already on the website, and you can read the articles on the magazine for some help. I mentoring classes as well. You can sign up for those, and also the on-demand training. If you look in our shop, you can click on just the things you need. There are several ways to do this, and I'm going to explain them. I have taken all of them apart into single topics that you can buy just that single topic, or you can go through classes 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 are precept building, and they will get you from the very beginning of finding your passion all the way to profits. So Dare to be a Badass Online magazine is designed especially for you. There are marketing tips, there are how-to tips, there is how to build your own confidence to find your voice and find your power. We're interested in seeing you be successful, so come check us out. You can subscribe to our Take Charge Tuesday newsletter where you'll get all the tips first, and also there's discounts. I talked about how to get some of those classes on sale, and that's how to get them is through our newsletter. And you can sign up either here or go straight to the website daretobeabadass.com and look for the subscription button. Where will you be 365 days from now? You know, the time's going to go by whether you do something or not. How would it feel? What would your success look like if you embraced it today and got started? Dare to find your badass self and be all you're designed to be, all that you're destined to be, all that will make you feel the fullness and abundance of who you really are. You know, climbing a mountain starts with the first step. So climb that mountain today. Challenge yourself. I want you to stop living less than you are and discover the adventures that are waiting just for you. So get your badass self to the top of the mountain. Aloha. See you next time.